Hello! Have you heard of Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak? Developed by Capcom and coming out on June 30th? Think I'm a bit late on this one. Anyway, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak is the newest game in the Monster Hunter franchise, and therefore it brings quite a few new additions to the metaphorical table. You get cool special moves, fluid movement to travel through the map with, cool ass monsters that one-shot you from the other end of the zone, although that one isn't a new thing, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Although before we get into all of the new shiny stuff, I should probably explain what Monster Hunter is all about for the people that have never even played one. Basically, Monster Hunter is like that weird hunting game called The Hunter, right? Where you run around with like a sniper rifle and you shoot the deer and the bears and stuff. Right, it's basically like that, with the only difference being that the deer that you shoot are actually giant flying dragons and the gun you're using is actually a 4-meter sword capable of splitting the sky in two. You know, like that one super cool scene from One Punch Man. You kill or capture monsters, take their hide and wings and whatever you can get your grubby little hands on, and then you turn them into armor. Rinse and repeat for ever stronger monsters, and you get yourself a neat little monster hunting game that you can easily spend more than 200 hours on. Okay, now that that has been established, we can get onto the good stuff. Holy crap, there are few games which have combat as refined and as smooth as this. I guess those 18 years of experience have actually paid off. Yes, 2004 was 18 years ago, and I was 3 when the first Monster Hunter game came out. That's weird. So, the last title, Monster Hunter World, already had really good combat. But oh my god, they cranked it up to 11 in Rise and up to 12 in Rise Sunbreak. There are switch skill swaps, that's a lot of S's. Counters, so many damn counters. Armor skills that give you access to new moves, and every single move feels so good. But before we get into all of those complicated things, let's just look at some of the basics first. Okay, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Okay, well, we're prepared, right? That looked pretty simple, no problem at all. Well, okay, let me try for real. You have a dodge button, you have 2 attack buttons, and you have a special button, we'll call it. The dodge button dodges, the attack buttons attack, but also change the attacks depending on the state of the hunter, like what attack you've done before, or whether or not you're in the air, or you know, that kind of stuff. If the special button does something special, it depends on the weapon what the special button does basically. For example, hammer starts charging, and you can run around while charging the hammer, and you get some cool big hits. Insect Glaive lets you shoot, well, an insect with which you can suck out some monster juices and get their powers. Dual Blades let you go into anime mode, and also my favorite weapon in the game by far. Longsword lets you do a cool combo that makes you stronger, so on and so on. There are 14 weapon types in total, 3 of them being projectile based if you wanna be a little baby bitch and stand in the back shooting the monster from a safe distance. I'm gonna assume you're not a projectile-based weapon player, for your own safety. But on top of that, you also get 2 switch skills per weapon. These are basically your special moves, you know, and you have a few to choose from. These are so varied and open up a lot of possibilities, so much so that even swapping out a single skill has a pretty big impact on your playstyle. With cool stuff like anime spin slash and anime counterattack, and you know, I'm starting to figure out why I like this game so much. I might be a weeb. Shit. But that's not even all. You also get to swap out entire parts of your moveset. Quite a few of them actually, like 4 or 5 that you can swap out. And once again, these have quite a big impact on the way you play. So not only are the moves cool as hell, they are impactful to your playstyle, give a lot of variety to already complex weapons as we've seen, and are just so satisfying to it. But that's not all! It's still not all. All of the actions you can take during combat just flow so well together. Once you're in the groove, it feels like you're dancing with the monster. And that is how you get addicted to this game. perfectly anticipating every move of the enemy to counter them with slashes or bonks and not projectiles, makes you feel like you've gone Ultra Instinct. I really don't know how they managed to pull this off so well, so nicely, but I guess it's those 18 years of experience I mentioned earlier. But there's something missing, something that elevates the combat even higher and makes every fight feel epic. Everybody working on the soundtrack has outdone themselves, even fighting low-rank monsters such as Great Izuchi. It doesn't even matter that the fight itself is pretty simple and rather easy. The music just carries it completely. There are so many tracks, 109 to be exact, going off the official Spotify playlist, which sums up to about 3.5 hours. Might not sound like much, but some of them are such bangers that I could listen to them all day. For example, Proof of a Hero, the Lava Caverns theme, the Wind and Thunder Serpent themes, the Malzeno theme, and I could keep going for ages, but I'm just gonna stop. They captured the essence of the represented theme or monster very well and are just beautiful to listen to and hype me up so well. And I realize now that I'm not even making any jokes anymore. I'm just showering the music with praise, but come on, give me a break. The music is just good as hell, okay? Crafting is obviously a big part of Monster Hunter, as that is the primary way of becoming stronger, being able to fight new and cooler monsters. You go out, you fight some stuff, you bring their corpses back, strip them of any and all valuables and strap what you find onto your chest. And there, now you can dodge about twice as far. That's great! Gathering has been massively simplified and is now actually sort of enjoyable, even if it still kinda takes all of your momentum away, especially when riding your dog body. However, the speed at which you gather has been extremely sped up. And compared to old gen Monster Hunter, yeah, it's really fast. But not only that, you can now also specifically make your dog body, also called a palamute, sniff out certain items, which will mark them on your map, making searching for specific materials way easier, as opposed to running around the map hoping you find any kind of mining spot, or just, you know, looking it up online. You can also mark a piece of equipment on your wish list, and get notified once you have enough crafting materials to actually craft it. I could keep going, but basically what I'm trying to say is Monster Hunter Rise has quality of life features out the ass. Playing Rise makes going back to older games way harder, simply because of how nice and easy it is to, you know, play. I mean shit, back when I actively played Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, I had an app on my phone that I could whip open and look up items and materials and stuff, because there was just no way to do so in-game. That kind of stuff is pretty unheard of in Rise. There's just no real reason to get an app like that, at least I've never encountered one. There's a lot more to Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak that I haven't even begun to mention in this video. I do want to keep this video a bit shorter, mostly because this is the very first video essay that I'll have ever made, so please bear with me. In conclusion, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak is an absolutely great game that you should definitely try out if any of what I talked about today made you feel at least a little bit excited. Demo available to try out, I'm gonna link that down in the video description, and the demo is actually the first thing that I've ever played of Monster Hunter Rise. I never got the base game, but I just played that Sunbreak demo for a few hours and I just knew that I was definitely gonna get Sunbreak when it came out. It was just that good. Thank you so much for watching so far into the video. Please don't forget to like or dislike depending on what you think, and if you do, please also don't forget to share some of your criticism or feedback down in the comments below. Thank you so much.